What is going on, traders? Thanks for watching this video and checking out this tutorial on trading options in Thinkorswim. It'll be nice and quick, but I'll give you a couple extra pointers of things to check out while you're using the platform to learn about trading options and how it works. First off, just trade recap on the day. Traded Sophie today. This had a huge sell-off, over 8% on this dip here. Absolutely nuts. And you can see I was adamant about buying this dip. I was in the red. I kept adding to my position, adding and adding and adding and adding, not even thinking about putting a stop loss anywhere on this. Eventually, this buying pressure was able to overtake this selling pressure and had a nice reset. Now, there's a couple reasons why I was so confident about that reversal. If you look at an extended chart, Sophie has been selling off quite hard for the past few days. This is some very, very hard selling, and so this is abnormal for this stock, and so it was due for a reset. And what said this was going to reset today? Well, the incredible amount of volume that started coming in, challenging this bearish pressure from this past week. And so that's exactly, once we broke these support zones here, I allowed it to build a little bit more margin to add to my position to reset back into these support zones. Now you can see that it has continued to buy up, like I said, because it's been due for a reset. Now, did I leave money on the table? Well, technically yes, but every single day I only trade the windows of high probability. As most day traders who are consistently profitable do that. You'll see that every single day when you close a trade. Sometimes it'll continue up, and other times it will continue down, and you will have locked in those profits and saved that margin. I only trade those windows every day of high probability setups, and the reason I took profits here was because we were getting back into this support, this area that's acted as support and resistance, and back on this larger time frame here, the 5-day, 5-minute. You can see this descending retracement that has acted as previous support and resistance. Also this magnetic zone here acting as another target zone, meeting up both of those retracement zones, meeting up in this area. And so that was the point that was the most high probability setup. You can even see here that it did cause a market reaction when it got to that zone. And so all in all, very happy with the trade today. Literally would not change a thing about it. This happens sometimes, but if you're chasing every single penny in every single trade every day, then you're not going to be trading the most high probability arrangements. There's no way you can chase every single penny in every single trade every single day and likewise only trade the most high probability setups. That's just not possible. If you want to be consistently profitable, you have to commit only to high probability setups. And so I wouldn't change a thing about this trade. All in all, it was a great trade. All right, so enough on that. Trading options in Thinkorswim. That's going to be up here in this trade button. So we'll just go ahead and look at Sophie for an example. You click the trade button. One thing that you'll see is this box here. This is something that even when I'm not trading options, I use almost every single day, even for when I'm trading stocks, just to see the percent of calls and puts that are being traded above or below the ask. If you see a lot of calls being traded for above the ask, that means bullish sentiment. Investors willing to pay above the ask for their call positions, and it gives you the percentage as well of the total of those. So you can see that today the largest percentage of options traded on Sophie have been calls traded below the bid price. That has been the most area of interest for Sophie today with options trading. And so that you really have to take that with a grain of salt. It doesn't, like every single indicator, MACD, volume, RSI, support and resistance, everything has to be taken with a grain of salt. They're all just ingredients to give you the story of what is going on in a stock's price at any given time. But I do like to reference that. It's a nice tool. So when you look on these options here, you'll see that it gives you the date. This number here in parentheses is the number of days towards expiration. if you guys don't know about time decay with options, I would highly encourage you to investigate time decay, as that is something that a lot of new people in the markets and trading options lose a lot of money on. They don't understand what time decay is and how that works and how aggressive it is the closer you are to expiration. So please investigate and research time decay. And that is going to save you a lot of money if you have not heard of it before. Over here on the right, you're going to see the expected volatility. So this is the amount of volatility that a stock is, or that the option is expected to move before its expiration. You can see the closer you are to expiration, like this is 1 day, this one's 8 days, typically the more volatile the option is going to move and the more money you can make on it. And so if you are scalping options and you're very confident, you can take one that has a very short expiration and make a large percentage on it with a little bit of money committed. But with that said, time decay is going to be so aggressive in that option because it's so close to expiration that you might not even make any money on it, even if the stock moves in your favor. That's why it's so important to understand time decay. So let's just expand the option here. So you're going to see once you expand it, you can use this button right here to show you, however many options you want for this particular expiration. Also, you can use this drop down menu here to look at different things about the option. I like to look at this is the last price the option was traded for. And I also like to look at volume and open interest, because when you're trading an option, I will always gravitate towards options with a good amount of volume to ensure that when I want to close the option, that order can get filled quickly. You want to be trading options that other people are trading, that other people are interested in. All right, obviously we have the bid and the ask. You can also, if you want, you can customize this window. A lot of people like to use Delta. Delta just shows you what you, Delta is going to show you how much that option's value is going to move per dollar of the actual stock price change. And so typically you'd want to find a good balance between open interest, volume, and delta, so that way you know I can get my order filled quickly and this is going to make a decent amount of margin. Why trade an option with low interest and with low delta? You're not going to make very much money on it, and it's going to be hard for you to close that position. So those are important things to look for when you're trading options. All right, so let's just go ahead and pick an option here. Not going to actually trade it, but what I always do is I right click it and I copy it, and then I'll go over to my flex grid. I have another video on flex grids on how to use them. I have quite a few. I'll just go up to the options trader, and I always put the option here in the top right. You just highlight this box up here, delete that old option out, and paste in this new option, and there it is. You can pull up your this AT button here, active trader, and you can quickly order options with a limit or market order, and yeah, be off and running. And I always have the stock, we'll pull up Sophie here in these other windows. I usually have them in different time frames, so that way I can, we have the 1 minute, the 5 minutes, and I'll pull up, the 30-minute and the yearly as well. And you can watch the stock, or you can even pull up other stocks that move similarly to Sophie in the same industry, like other fintechs, other low cap fintechs, and you can trade your options based off of that stock's price and its movement and its retracement, and you can trade them right here in this window. So that is, in a nutshell, how you trade options with Thinkorswim. I hope it was helpful for you, and I try to keep it simple and straightforward. So yeah, if you like this video, please help me out and give it a thumbs up, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.